I remember giving sleepy classes mock interview. I was kind of crying after that interview because I could answer every question but not hers. Thank God that interview happened and it was kind of a wake up call. Geography specifically, I would like to mention Shraddha ma'am's videos because those were like my go-to sources, and the way she explains like everything, like while I was writing my answers, her voice was like kind of going on in my mind because she explains every concept so thoroughly and so आराम से and like again and again. कोई मुझसे पूछता है कहीं कुछ करना ज्योग्राफी का तो मैं तो कहती हूँ मैम के वीडियोस देख लो. I would say कि the notes making which I did for this attempt is what has been the game changer.
Good afternoon, Aditi. How are you?
Ma'am, I'm good. Thank you, ma'am.
It's been a lengthy journey, and you finally achieved it. And I'm sure everyone, your family, everyone will be extremely proud of you. And
Yes,
and I mean, as with great power comes great responsibility, and also come a lot of people who now want to seek your advice, right? Because there's only a couple of those who make it through the final list. So how was this journey for you? Except the academics, I mean, obviously the academics part was also grueling, but how do you view your journey to finally achieving success in UPSC?
ma'am, my journey started in 2019 January. I remember the date also. It was 1st of February that I came back home from Bangalore, and I thought I start my journey because my brother has already cleared services. So it was like a booster for me that I can also do it. So since 2019 and now it's been like 5 years. So it was not a short journey. I thought I would have cleared it like in 1 year or 2 years. I never thought it will take like 5 years to complete the journey. So it was kind of a roller coaster ride, I would say. There were many moments when I broke down also. And after my first failure in mains, I decided to give up. I thought ki this is it. I cannot sit for the exam for another one cycle. But my brother motivated me ki what if this is your year? What if you are supposed to have your name in the list this year? So like last year it was like do or die. I have to put my 100% efforts. So yeah, it was a long journey, but it ended well. So I would say.
Yes, a very fulfilling one now.
Ma'am, I have sat for prelims 4 times and I have cleared it 2 times. And this year my score has been 110. So I was expecting that I would like not clear prelims because of CSAT, but thankfully in both CSAT and in GS it was exceptionally good. I could have cleared the forest cutoff also. So what thing worked for me this year was being consistent with my efforts, and I specifically dedicated 3 months exclusively for prelims, starting from February, March, April, and May. It was the exam. So I focused on three cycles of revision with static and current affairs getting balanced. So as we all are aware of the basic sources, the static books. So I kept 3 cycles of revision for those static portions, and for current affairs, I exclusively focused on the coaching materials which are provided before the prelims, and the same way I did 3 cycles of revision for the current affairs also, and I practiced a lot of mocks, around 30 to 40 of prelims test papers, and it was more of analyzing the shortcoming areas where I was lacking and working upon them. So I was true to my preparation. I was honest ki these are the areas which I lack and I need to work upon. And every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, I used to get up and write my test, the 2-hour test. And that was kind of a good start for my whole day. I was motivated and energetic to work upon myself. So 3 months exclusively for prelims with a set timeline and goals for each day defined. So after writing my first mains in that COVID wala year, I was certain that my content was lacking because I had not made notes on any topic, on any keywords in the syllabus which is mentioned. So I was sure that next mains, I would be very much thorough with my content at least. So this time I was making notes going by one keyword from the syllabus at a time. So for instance, if there is like society, there are multiple sections like women and regionalism or like communalism, so secularism, there are keywords involved. So I had one pager notes for every keyword. For that I like referred to coaching materials, for example Vision IAS also. And like in that case also I referred to sleepy classes also, because I remember before mains they had come up with a mains a day question kind of a material. So they were posting materials like 2-3 pager notes on the Telegram groups. So I updated my one pager notes with information which I could get from any sources. Basically it was Vision IAS materials which I had focused, and I had made one pager notes. So throughout my preparation, from starting from the cycle from June till January, I was making my notes and keep on revising it. I remember doing 2 cycles of revision only because I had to focus on my optional also. But I had notes prepared which I was revising. And when I gave my test series after prelims, there was some more value addition which was done based on the inputs I have received and the answer key which was provided. So just before the mains, I had that one pager notes with focusing on a good introduction and a good conclusion with a which is a good positive note, or which is on a positive note, and which had examples also in between and facts. So these 4 were the points which I had focused in my note making. When I started this journey, I was a BTech from computer science, so I had to choose a different optional altogether from a humanities perspective. So I like consulted my brother. So he said ki there are 3 optionals which are in like demand, use demand, sociology, anthropology, and PSIR. So I said ki okay, suggest me one. I'll choose it. Like whatever you say, I'll go with it. So he read the syllabus and he said ki political science has the biggest overlap with the GS syllabus. So whatever said, that stuck in my mind ki okay, I have to read some options, so why not PSIR? Then I ordered the notes, the Subhrananjan ma'am notes, and when I started reading it, somehow it was like a love at first sight was a thing. Ki I enjoyed it thoroughly because the concepts were so like simple yet encouraging and also very interesting to read about. Like you start reading one concept and the next concept is more interesting. So I enjoyed thoroughly reading the notes, and then I realized ki okay, I can read it for next 1 or 2 years. And later on it became like one of my most interesting subjects to read. So political science was like kind of gifted by my brother, and later on I developed interest for it. And yes, in my last mains, I scored around 210 in my optional, and this year it has been around 260. So there was a huge increase in the marks, and like I focused very much on making my notes very crisp, because the notes which are available in the market are like 4 large booklets. So you cannot revise those just before the mains. And so I focused on understanding the concept, getting into the like basics, so that I know ki what this particular concept is all about, and what a particular thinker is trying to say. When making my notes, I focused upon like I should not be thinking about my introduction while writing my answers in mains, because you have very limited amount of time. So I should be ready with my like at least introduction and conclusion, especially for part A of both the papers, because that is kind of a static. So we can easily prepare the introductions for the static concepts in the part A of both the papers. So my notes were like the introduction was already prepared, and the conclusion had a slight pinch of current affairs linked to the concept. For instance, if there is philosophical king wala concept in the Plato, so I would mention the North Korea or the Iran's the head in the conclusion. And if it's like justice also, so like I would say ki in the given scenario, various movements are coming up, be it like farmers protest or any other protest worldwide. So we should have a new concept of justice linked to the new scenarios which are coming up in the current society. So the introduction and conclusion was done. What was the main body? In that, I like focused on the keywords, which was essential for any concept. So like the keywords were mentioned, and I had some examples to substantiate the keywords. So my notes were hardly 1 page for any concept. So that was like what worked for me, because I was able to score 136 in paper 1, and paper 1 is mostly static, I would say. And even in the doing the paper, it's more essential to choose the right question which you are going to attempt. So I was very focused कि I'll attempt the questions which are more static in nature. For example, in paper one part B, which is the Indian government and politics. So I was like focusing on the institutional bodies more. If there's a question on, let's say, women movements right now, or a governor or a president, I would choose governor and president, because I know I can substantiate with the constitutional articles. At least I'll be able to fill 2-3 paragraphs with the static knowledge which I have. So I focused on the institutional bodies more, or let's say ki there is evolution of Indian government, Indian politics, I would say, that the evolution we study, we have to study that, and that is kind of a static. We like aware of that, the concepts and everything. So I focus more on what I know rather than like thinking at that moment. So that worked for me because I scored 136 in paper 1, and which is kind of a good marks. In paper 2, like one pager notes I did not make, and I think that has reflected in my marks also, because I could score only 124. But still, I would say ki if I had made more notes, it would have been a beneficial factor, I think so. Ma'am, quoting scholars, especially that doubt comes in the paper 2 part B, when we are writing the international relations wala answer. So in that question, I was very much going with the flow. Like if I'm able to remember particular scholar, and if like that goes with my answer, because there has to be a kind of a essay kind of a answer in your international relations. You cannot quote like a GS answer, because I have suffered low marks in my previous attempt. So I was very much like conscious कि I'll write a GS kind of an answer, like how we read in over ORF websites, or the articles which are mentioned in the Indian Express, like C. Raja Mohan sir writes the articles. So I was aware like कि I'll like go like a story, कि giving a historical perspective, and then like hitting the demand of the question. Just after like one paragraph of historical perspective, I'll hit the demand, and then if what is being asked and the way forward. So if a scholar is if I'm able to substantiate any of my point with the scholar, I would use that, but that would not come after before what I'm trying to say. So I'll say my view and then use a scholar to substantiate my view. And for that, I like, to be very honest, I had not made a list ki this scholar has said these things, because I was constantly in touch with the newspaper articles of C. Raja Mohan sir, H.V. Pant sir, and Suhasini Haidar ma'am also writes in The Hindu, and the ORF, some few ORF articles also. So I knew ki what particular scholar is writing on. So it was not kind of a particular scholar which I was mentioning, but few scholars I already memorized. And I knew ki what needs to be substantiated in this point. So I had mentioned at least like one scholar in each answer, but some questions I think I have left also. But it's not a hard and fast rule that you have to mention. If there is a need, and if you feel ki it will not become like a copy paste thing, you can go with quoting the scholars.
Right. Now, Aditi, moving from PSIR, now as you said that it has a great overlap with GS also. It also contributes in essay. आजकल especially जैसे philosophical topics आ रहे हैं, बहुत सारे ऐसे topics होते हैं which you can imagine them being a topic of PSIR only, right? So did that help you with your essay? Was there certain things that you applied while approaching your essay preparation?
Yes, ma'am. This year it has been a game changer, and we can see the huge difference in the marks also. Yes, the political science gives you a huge new perspective, I would say, be it from a feminist angle, from an international sphere angle, from a social angle also, and even in postmodernist perspective, ki everything is just a story, the truth is not universal. So we get many perspectives, and I could think about any topic from all these angles, along with various journal angles also, the society, the historical perspective. So yes, the political science perspective proved to be an enriching one when it comes to essay. And my approach through for the essay has been covering the dimensions, but not being very bookish about it. Like people go for like socially, politically, internationally. They mention these keywords. So I would go in a question and answer format. I would keep on like building questions around the topic. Okay, what is it? Why is it being asked? What if it's the other way around? Like a ship sinks when there is a ship is not bound to. There's a topic.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. So I would say like what does ship stands for here, and what is harbor here, and like okay, when would a ship sink? So I would go about like metaphorically around the topic and keep on asking questions while writing my essay also. So it would be kind of a new for the examiner also while reading that this person is hitting the core of the demand of the question, but it's not very bookish or general about it. So that was my whole motive, to keep on asking questions and writing the answers, but in kind of a organized manner.
Right. So basically you broke the metaphor down and then you started building an argument. And then within that argument only multiple questions aap unko answer karte rahe with every. So that's great. And I think that's what, because agar aap structure and flow seekh jate ho, because often बच्चा like अच्छा ऐसे अब कैसे लिखें, मतलब technically तो आंसर भी छोटा ऐसे ही है. अगर आपने स्ट्रक्चर एंड फ्लो को इनग्रेन कर लिया तो वो आप ऐसे के अंदर भी वो निकल के आ ही पाएगा.
Yes, ma'am. So GS में keywords, as I mentioned, I looked for the keywords in the syllabus, and I was very particular I will not miss even a single keyword. When it comes to GS1, like basically spectrum and the geography wala portion, I completely relied on my spectrum and I made the notes out of it. For my mains only. By prelims, I used to refer to whole spectrum, but for mains specifically, I made notes because I don't want to go back to the whole book just before the mains, because there is a limited short duration of time. So I made notes from spectrum also, and from geography, I solely focused on the NCRTs, but I was thorough with my concepts. And for that geography specifically, I would like to mention Shraddha ma'am's videos, because those were like my go-to sources, and the way she explains like everything, like while I was writing my answers, her voice was like kind of going on in my mind, because she explains every concept so thoroughly and so aram se, and like again and again, by the end of the video you will be very thorough with the concept and you don't need to refer anything else. So geography ke liye, I had made notes also for difficult topics which were not covered in the NCRTs but were covered in GC Leong or were being asked in the PYQs.
Okay.
So geography and history is done, and then comes to society. So I had referred the coaching materials, for example Vision IAS material. So I had made one-pager notes on each keyword with the examples, and the current examples I would have focused. So current examples were being focused, and I had mentioned those examples in my notes only. So these were the notes for the GS1. For the GS2, as I had a political science as my optional, so it was kind of easy. But for GS2 also, they were like the PYQs I have like referred to every GS, and I had also solved like each and every PYQ for the last 5 years at least. It's because PYQs have a habit of getting repeated. So I was like, okay, I'll do the PYQs, and that would kind of solving a new like paper. So it was kind of practice which I had done, and which I had devoted like 2-3 days specifically to solve PYQs. And for GS2, Lakshmikant is needed, but that's not sufficient, I would say. And for other like the basic structure doctrine, or the separation of powers, or the executive and the legislature working, because these are the keywords in our syllabus. So I had made notes out of it. And for these notes, I had like referred to the test series which I was giving, because they would ask the same questions. So you don't have to refer to other things, but even the model answers which are provided in the test series, you can make notes out of it, be it in digital or the paper format. And the GS2 society and the governance wala part, that also I had made notes for, same Vision IAS material and the test series as the model answers, as my basic material to refer to. Then comes the IR part. That was kind of a relief, because I did not do specific reading for it. It was covered in my optional. So I did not refer to any material, to anything, not even current affairs for it, because I was doing it for my political science.
Okay.
So it was kind of easy to work for IR. like GS3 has the longest syllabus, I would say, and I don't know what did not work for me, because I had made notes for every like keyword, but still my marks were kind of average. Like I got 82 marks in my GS3. So I had made notes, but at least I went with a confident mindset that I'll be able to do it. So current affairs are essential, but in recent times, especially in the last 2 years, they have started asking questions on static keywords. Ki, okay, irrigation problems or the agriculture or the revolution happened and what were the impacts. So it has kind of it is kind of shifting from current affairs to a balance of current and static portion. So for economy at least, we can have one pager notes on the keywords which are mentioned in the syllabus, for example, agriculture marketing, or the technology in the aid of farmers, or the green revolution. For economics, we can go for the one pager notes, but for current and for the science and the environment portion, we have to refer to some material. I consulted the Vision IAS material, so like any coaching material would be sufficient to cover the current portion. And ethics, I have been able to score well in ethics in my last GS also. I scored around 110, and that was kind of a good marks, keeping in mind the last thing. And this time it has been 124. So I have been able to score in GS4 well as compared to other GS. And for that, I would say that the notes were very crisp. For every keyword, be it integrity, probity, transparency, anything which is there in the syllabus, be it in like e-governance, everything, there was a conclusion and introduction prepared already. And in the introduction, I would go for the definition or a quotation which is able to resemble the essence of the topic. So it was kind of hitting the question, but with this definition or a quotation. If I'm not able to put the quotation in the introduction, I'll put it in during the conclusion, because that would kind of separate my answers from the rest of the people. So intro and conclusion were already prepared. So what I had to think about was the body during my 3 hours of test. So the body was prepared, but if I have to think more, I had sufficient time while writing my answer actual means. So I think that worked for me. And I would say the notes making which I did for this attempt is what has been the game changer.
You scored very well in your interview. So how was preparing for interview and your experience while giving the interview, right? Did that connecting the dots help you there as well?
Yes, ma'am. I would say I had prepared the most for interview, because I realized that this is the time when most of the people will not put efforts. And if you put slightly more efforts, you will be able to score at least 10-20 marks more than the rest of the people. So I was very aware that I'll put my best for the interview as well. And since the results came, I was working on my interview, and I have always been kind of a lone reader. I have not been part of any group, so it was like studying on my own, but I had my brother's guidance. So whenever I was stuck, so he would say, whatever you need to do it. So for interview specifically, I started referring to 2 newspapers. And I went back to my mains notes as well, because during interview, it's more on your DAF based, but they do ask like particular static or the current affairs which is going on. For that current affairs, you need to have points. Like it's mentioned that you put like plus minus, but interview you have to be smart enough that while you're answering, you have to cover the positive aspect also and give a way forward. And for that also, you have to go back again to your mains notes. So during my interview also, I revised my mains notes again, specifically for IR and the economics wala portion, because my DAF had political science as my optional mentioned. And in my graduation, it was a dual degree with economics as a master's degree. So economics and political science, I was like very much aware that these are the subjects which the interviewer will ask. And in my actual interview, it was centered around these 2 topics only. So I focused on economics and the political science specifically. And for that, I went back to my notes and reading the newspapers. The newspapers, while I was reading, I was very much aware that, okay, the note making would be very tedious this time. But I focused on the explained page of the Indian Express. And that kind of helped me in getting to know what's the current topics which are in news. Because in the transcripts which I have read of the people which are giving interview along with me, it was mainly asked from those explained portion only. The interviewer were asking about those topics. So I was thorough कि I'll read this explained portion with like more detail, and with the giving the mock interviews, because I remember giving sleepy classes mock interview, and you were part of it, and the chairperson, she was a lady member. I am not able to remember her name.
Aradhana ma'am.
Aradhana ma'am. I was kind of crying after that interview because I could answer every question, but not hers. So I was, and she asked me questions about my state, Uttarakhand. So that was kind of a wake-up call, Aditi, ki you need to like brush up your knowledge about your state like thoroughly. Ki if something is asked, you have to substantiate with facts. Okay, this is happening, and this is the way forward. From the next day after giving my sleepy classes interview, I was like preparing for Uttarakhand in so much detail, and I was so much confident after it ki okay, thank God that interview happened, and it was kind of a wake-up call. So I gave around 5 to 7 mocks, and like after giving 5 to 7 mocks and being with the continuous preparation in my interview, I was super confident on that day कि okay, कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे, plus मेहनत करिए तो मतलब सफलता मिलेगी, मतलब अब तक हुई है. And thank God it worked off, because in my panel people have in the same chairperson, people have not got good scores. Like I remember Shukla sir has given like good marks, but Verma sir hasn't. So I was like okay, still it paid off, because I think मेहनत करी है तो मिलना ही है.
Exactly, shows.
Ma'am, I would say कि hard work never goes waste. I have prepared for this exam for last 5 years, and I have myself thought about it, the consistency and the seriousness which I have shown in last 1.5 years, because I had given up everything. Like I had left my hobbies. I used to work out before that. For the last 1.5 years, I gave up that also. I stopped going for social gatherings. So it was kind of many sacrifices which I did, and there was just only one thought which I was having in my mind, ki I just want to see if hard work will pay off or not. Whatever the people say ki hard work pays off, I wanted to test that quotation ki okay, does it or does it not? So with everything in keeping aside, I was solely concentrating on my hard work, and okay, I was just saying ki just 1 year more, and you will be there. So you have to be very consistent, and just be patient with yourself, and have a certain level of confidence. I know it's very hard to say, because each passing day it's like you will not make it, but you have to remind yourself every day ki okay, chal ek din aur padhte hain, ek din aur sahi, we'll do it. So yeah, hard work, consistency and confidence, these are the 3 keywords which I focused solely during my last 1 year, and it did pay off. It does pay, and it will pay off for anyone who is ready to put these words into action, I would say.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Aditi, for your time.
Thank you,
and great insights, great advice to students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Aditi. Best of luck.
Thank you, ma'am.